Hey everybody, welcome back to what is going to probably be the last in the TMF lineup from the samples and the products that I use and have tried. So this will be the last one, as far as I know. So here we go. And this one I've reviewed before, and that is Grout Master. And no doubt if you've been around the forums and on Facebook, you've heard about this stuff. The legend of Grout Master. Guys, this stuff is great. I did another video on it already, but just to round out this little series, this stuff is pretty awesome. I forget off the top of my head what it's going for on their website, so I don't want to misquote it. And like a stupid monkey, I didn't write it down. I know it is a little more pricey as far as like for boosters and stuff. It can be a little pricey, but this also does a great job on Grout. Thailand Grout, guys, this stuff knocks it out of the park. It's just awesome. But also where it shines is this stuff is amazing as a booster into your pre-spray. This can turn a subpar pre-spray, which in my mind be like the Grand Slam from John Don, which I'm not a big fan of when I used it. But little Grout Master, it becomes extraordinary. This stuff is just lights out amazing. It pairs well with the spike formula if you're using that, even though I know it already has some Grout Master in there, but it pairs well with that. It really pairs well with the Bio Pro 10K. If you really need to knock something out that's really bad. But like I said, if you have an average pre-spray, there's nothing you're not going to add this to that's not going to make it work really well, if not great. So it is a little bit pricey, but it works. I don't know how else to explain it. It works great. And I know for a while it's available in the sample size. As of the timing of video, I'm not 100% sure if that sample is still free. They had a thing for a while with free samples of the Grout Master, which you get a little container like this. And if it is there, jump over there, grab a sample, and try it out yourself, and you're gonna realize I'm not lying to you. If you are starting out and you're more conscious of, you haven't established, and you're more conscious of what you're spending, and so you don't want to use that all up, you're just not quite there yet where you can order when you need. If you can mix it up into two containers, which I do sometimes, I don't go around boosting everything with it, because you're going to waste a lot of money doing that. Sometimes I will run a couple. You can either use your inline sprayer, which I don't use inline sprayers unless it is a big commercial job. I like the cordless battery powered sprayers. Well, aside from that IPS debacle, but your cordless battery powered sprayers, excuse me. And you can, if you have two, you can actually mix a little bit up in a pump-up sprayer. So if you get in a situation where you're doing a house, and it's really not that bad, but there's a couple traffic lanes, let's say like down the hall, or you're into a situation where there's some poly in a rental, and you can see like where it's really dirty by foot traffic, or by where the furniture was, because we know in rentals a lot of times when they design them, they're not really designed to be able to move your furniture around a lot, so each renter just kind of puts their furniture in there and leaves it there. You can have some of that mixed up, maybe a gallon, or if you really want, just a half gallon, but otherwise have a gallon just on hand, maybe a pump up. So if you just need to boost those areas, you can go around and boost them or spot them just with that. So generally my rule of thumb is, when I assess a job, is if I would mix a gallon and go through it just spotting or doing other areas, then I just boost the pre-spray right off the bat. If there's only a few spots, I'll mix up a gallon and just leave it on use it for the spots I need, and then I'll have it for the rest of the day on my other jobs. That's kind of how I do that. Whether or not that makes sense to you or is worth $1 or a cup of coffee. So anywho, definitely to me it's a must-have on your truck. Works phenomenal. And actually there is one more product. I got the O2 powder I have to do yet as well. So if They still have the free samples over at Truck Mount Forums. Jump over there and get one because you have nothing to lose if it's a free sample. You might as well try it out. Otherwise, you're just being kind of stupid. It's like, here, have something free. Try it out. Doesn't get much better than that, guys. All right, we'll see you in the forums.